If you're a photographer, a filmmaker, or a freelancer in general, I think you can get a lot out of this app. But the only question I have now is, why don't so many people not know about this? Seriously, guys. Adobe Spark. This might be one of my most favorite creativity apps, that I've been using for the past few years. And these are a few things that I picked up along the way. So a few years ago, I already did somewhat of a video, an overview about this application. You can find that here together with me with a really weird, gross beard. But if you want to check that out, you can do that there. So Adobe asked me to show you guys how I've been using the app for the past few years to grow my business as a creator and as a freelancer. And as well give you some updates because it's 2020. A lot of things have changed and a lot of new features have been added. But first, let's get some crispy overhead shots. Now, how I want to tackle this video is by giving you some real life examples of how I use this app for my own marketing and creations as a content creator, not just a feature list. So I have a few visuals that I made to show you the process. Designing next level socials. Now, first of all, I think it's a great way to just get some inspiration by scrolling through the templates, or you can search for a type of post you have in mind. So if you have the premium license for the app alone, or you have the Adobe CC subscription, just like I have, you have access to some really next level premium templates. Definitely use them. Mostly I look at these to get a feel of where I want to go, and if I find it, I use that to, remix my own version. If not, sometimes I just start from scratch and have my way with it. And from all of this, you can see I've been very busy. You guys know me. I love making Instagram stories and I love to make something special. And now with Adobe Spark, you can include little extras that you cannot do with the native Instagram app. They also added video imports, which for me, this is a real game changer. If you add some text on top of what you're saying in a video, it really boosts engagement. But now you can do that in a lot more ways than with the Instagram app itself. So that makes you stand out a little bit more. Hey everyone, so I am recording a new video. We have the new lamp right there, the camera there, and it's all about Adobe Spark. So if you want to know more, it's probably gonna hit the YouTubes in a few days, probably. See you there. Also, now you can add GIFs, yeah, whatever you want to pronounce it. Well, you can add these things, these stickers from Giphy straight into Adobe Spark. So the cool thing is that these GIFs are already baked into the video. Not as if you're on Instagram and you put them in there and you post it, that your quality goes way down. I really hate it when that happens. So you can get really creative with these GIFs and make even your own templates. So you can reuse that and repurpose that and make it really feel like your brand. Talking about branding, something you could already do was add a logo, add your colors from your brand, and add some fonts. But now you can do that for multiple brands. So if you're working with multiple clients or multiple brands under your name, that's something which is a lot easier now. And it works really well. So as you can see, I made something for the podcast and I just love this thing. It's so fast. Kickstarting that logo. I love creating logos. I love playing around with profile pictures, but I'm not always the best at it. And I have to admit that to myself, but I do have some ideas about how I want to present something. They have a massive icon library from Adobe itself. You can scroll and there's a bunch of icons right there. You can just play around with that at first until you get this idea outside of your head about what your logo would need to look like. Now for the podcast, I also needed a new logo and I started concepting some ideas. And then I sat down with my friend. She's an amazing designer and she knows where to go from there. And that's how we turned this, which I designed in Spark and it doesn't look that great, into this with Illustrator. But I've also been doing a lot of small logos or icon designs, for my own accounts, for Instagram highlights, or for clients who just need to get started and need something to get off the ground and post stuff online. Instagram posts and carousels. I may not always have been the biggest fan of these carousels, but my mind really shifted the last few months, I think. So what I do now and what I really love to do is use these carousels as a way to go deeper behind the post that I just made. Give it a little bit extra story behind that.
For example, a tutorial. Now with this one, I showed you how I composed a shot and added a few extra elements. The key here for me is you can tell a story.
The great thing is we're all visual storytellers, and that means we know how to build a story out of a sequence of images.
In the end, it's just to make you stand out with these frames if they're well thought out and designed, instead of just the same old stuff everyone keeps posting.
Social video. So a bonus tip on top of this, you can use these templates to start creating Gary Vee inspired kind of videos. You know what I'm talking about. They spread like wildfire and they're just really sticky posts. People love to see them and people generally share them a lot. So how do you go about this? The first thing is you have to make sure you get a tree gridded layout. And the middle one is where you can import a video. So for the top one, you play around with adding a nice title. Now the lower part you leave empty. You're gonna add some subtitles later on. And a pro tip, you can also use GIFs here and just add them to these videos. Make them stand out again. Icons for video, or basically anything else where you need an icon. If you've seen my videos before, you probably saw that I love to play around with text and these little icons to strengthen my story, but it can be a pain in the ass to find these, or there are no PNGs, or there's not high resolution. So I found a quicker way, and they're also a lot better in quality.
You just start from scratch, a white page, add an icon, you know, those I talked about earlier. And then once you've found that what you needed, you can export it as a PNG. Send that file over to your editing software.
It speeds up your process so much. And now for the interesting part. So if you don't have the app yet and you don't have an Adobe CC subscription, but you do want to try out these premium features, Adobe hooked me up with a link. It's an affiliate link down below. Super awesome. You can just try it out for 7 days, feel if it's something for you or not. And then if you are interested in using this app, which I highly recommend, hence this video, using the link, you get a 20% discount after all. So definitely check it out. It's also a limited time available, so don't wait too long.
Hey, you, yeah.
If you're interested in that podcast I kept talking about, it's by and for creators. So if you're interested in that, you can also find a link down below, or you can just search Creator Secrets on whatever podcasting app you prefer to use. Now I'm really gone.